Okay, let's begin. Okay, good afternoon to everyone. I wish you all, including myself, for a good health. God bless and always safe. Okay, as usual, we are on planning and control management part 4 program, progress monitoring, updating, and controlling. So when we say part 4, that is all about program progress monitoring, updating, and controlling. So kindly subscribe, like, and share. Our previous episode was part 4, session 22, and that was about progress update 001 on the status report summary. This is about the summarization of the these 5 field of reports, the summary of the schedule or time elements of our project, the performance, cost, delays, and disruption. Our next episode of our current episode now is part 4, session 23, which is the same on progress update 001, but this one is about a Primavera P6 export file, or I mean a report file. This is about the export and import feature of Primavera P6. And the second one is the reports archive. Okay. Okay, our objective here is to demonstrate how to execute export and import feature of Primavera P6 file. And the second one is to emphasize reports archiving. So what is the use of a Primavera P6 file? So of course, whenever in the future that calls for its necessity of file consistency, to support any arguments that may arise, so the materials is immediately at hand or available, especially when there are some cases that there are some claims on the extension of time. So this file or Primavera P6 is very important. This is really needed on that case. And also the report archiving, or I mean report archive must be given an importance also by organizing and keeping the official reports for a future reference or materials whenever a call for its requirement or utilization is required. Okay, the reason why I included it here in our exercise because I have an experience before when I was not yet when I got some trouble on looking for the file that my supervisor is asking, because I take for granted for the keeping my file, organizing my file. I take for granted for it, and then there's some time that my supervisor asked me for some particular reports. So I'm rushing to look for it, and I couldn't find it so easily because my file are not organized, and I am not really. I have no intention really to keep a file for me. I'm just thinking that whenever they ask for me, then I will find for it. But when the time comes that you will be asked for a certain file, I tell you, well, you'll be in trouble looking for it if you don't organize it. If you don't, if you are not or ignoring to organize and keeping your report files. Okay, so that is why I included it here in our exercise. Because when somebody asks you and it is organized, you can quickly look for it and you can quickly find it. Because you know where it is placed, you know where it is archived, right? Okay, so let's move forward. Now let's start first for the export and import with your Primavera P6 file. Okay, let's open our Primavera. Okay, here we can find it here, the import and export feature of Primavera P6 here on file. And then here you can see it here, import and export. So let me explain first what are these import and export. So export, this is the file that you will be taking out from your work. Okay, if you want to share your let's say for example you have here in Primavera P6. Actually Primavera P6 has a different style of creating file. Unlike the MS Excel, you can quickly make your file name, and then once you open it, you can quickly see it very quickly. But in Primavera, there are a lot of requirements when you open it and then when you export it. There are a lot of several options to do before you can import or export your project. Okay, so when we say file export, so that means you will be sharing your file to others. Okay, that means you will share your file, your Primavera P6 file to others for them to be able to open your file and also work for your file. While import, this is a file coming from the outside, meaning this is not really your file, or maybe it can be your file, but what I mean is that if you want to work for that file, you have to import that one on your Primavera P6. If you are working on Primavera P6, you have to do the import for that file coming from the outside before you can do something on that file. So in short word, export meaning that is come from you going out, and export is coming from the outside going to your going to you for your work. Okay, so now we will start first for the export. So when you say export, you are sharing your file to others, and import is the others is sharing a file for you. If you want to work with it, then you can import it. Okay, we will go to export. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now here we have a several options here for the export format. So we have a several format here to choose whichever fits into our own into our to the requirements of the people who needed it. So meaning if somebody needs a file from you in a format of Primavera XER, then you can choose this one. If you want the if they want the Primavera contractor, choose this one, Primavera P6 XML. And if they really want also if they really want the spreadsheet or MS Excel, you can choose this one. Then they will be provided with the export file in MS Excel format. And if you choose this Microsoft project, Then also, they will be provided a, the export file will be in Microsoft project. Actually, this Microsoft project, I've been using this early year 2000, and also from time to time, I have also worked for this as required by the client. And also this one, I have not yet used this one. And this Primavera P6 is frozen, maybe because this is already obsolete or phased out for the use of scheduling software nowadays, because Primavera P6 is now the most popular one. But actually, I use this Primavera P3 starting year 2001 up to 2005, I think. I use this after when I use the software Short Track, and after that I use P3. I really like this P3, but the disadvantages of this P3 is that it has a limited number of activities. While compared to Primavera P6, you can have as many activities as you want. You can establish a project with thousands of activities or tens of thousands of activities. But in Primavera PT, that is limited. And actually, I really like this Primavera P3 before, because maybe I am already used to it. But since nowadays, we need to be flexible and have to get along on the development of the software or applications. Because if you will not, you will be left behind. Because the technology now is getting faster in the development. And even today, there are some softwares that you will not get difficulty anymore on working on your project, because it is getting more developed for the use of the, for the requirements of the project nowadays. Okay, now if you can use spreadsheet, you can use this one. So one other thing I want to reiterate to explain here is the version of Primavera P6 of exporting Primavera. Take note that if you export a Primavera, which is if you export Primavera, and if somebody else want to open your exported file, and they have the same or higher version than yours, then they can open your file. But if it is lower than yours, then they cannot open their files. Okay, so the same as this, also the same as this one. Okay, so we will be using this one. We will move forward. Then next, click next. Then here, the export type, you will choose 3 of this one. So obviously, if you want to use the resource only, so of course, you will be exporting only the resource element of your project, and the same as enroll only. So better to use the project so that you will have to export the complete elements of your project, or even the features, everything. Next, you have to click next. And here, the open file, your open file is shown here. So if you have several projects that are open, it will be shown here, but you have to select, check the checkbox, whichever project you want to export. Okay. So let's go to the next. Okay, here you have to find for the folder where you want to place your exported file. Okay, so let's click this one. And here, actually, there is already a exported file here, but anyway, you can rename it here if you wish. But now we will just highlight it and then overwrite it and then click save. And then yes. And then finish. Okay, so our exported file has already finished the process. So let's close it. And then now we will move to the exporting of file. So we will move to file again and then click. We will be moving to exporting of importing of files. So meaning we will be taking files from others and then we will be opening it and work for it for ourselves. Okay, so let's click import. And then, okay, here we go. So actually the process is almost the same, except that of course import and export are different. The import is coming in while our export is going out. So the same, we have the choices here for the format, Primavera P6 XML spreadsheet, this Primavera P3. Why the Primavera P3? Why not remove it here? Because this is still useless. Now, if you choose the Microsoft project, it can be, but now we will be importing the Primavera XER, the one that have the same version with our Primavera. So let's click next. The same choice here. So I have to choose the project. And then here, we have to look for the folder where the imported or where the file we want to import are being located. Okay, so we will choose this one. So let's say, for example, we want to export, we want to import the Primavera P6 file that we just have exported. So they are the same also. So this is just only a demonstration. So we will be using this one, the exported file that the file that we exported, we will use it for our import execution also. So let's click it and then just double click it and then next. Okay. And then here we have the choice here. Just if you want to click it here, we will be having it choices or 5 choices. For now, the import file will be on how the import file will be what do you call this? Will affect on our existing file or affect our existing file, I mean. So if you choose the update existing project, that means if there is any changes, or I mean, if you have the same project as the import file, I mean, the project ID is the same, the project name is the same. If you have the same project with the import file, and if that import file have changes made on it, and once we import it here in our current project, it will update our current project. Okay. So whatever changes, or if the import file is the same project as ours, and if there is any changes or changes on the import file that we import into our project now on our current project, it will update our current project. Okay, so the use of this one is that, let's say, for example, if you want to update your project, but since you want somebody else or one of your people will do the update, so you have to export it to him and let him do the update, make changes to the actual, so and so forth. And then after he finished the update, he will export it back to you. And then you will be importing that file also. And once you import it, it will automatically update your project if you choose this one. Okay. Now here, the replace existing project. So of course, the name replace existing project is self-explanatory. That whenever you have a project and then you export the, you import the project from the outside, so it will replace your existing project. And this one is ignore. Of course, the imported file will be ignored. And this one, if we we want to add the imported file into our existing project, so of course it will be added. Apart from your current project, once you import it, that imported file will be added onto your project. And this one is to create a new project. That means, let's say, for example, you have a different project from coming from others or from the outside, and you want to work for it. So you can choose this one, create a new project. Okay. If you want the imported file will affect or have an effect onto your own, to your current project, then use this add into existing project, replace existing project, update existing project. But now we will be using the create new project. And then we want to place it or into, let's say, here in our PDLM. So just highlight it and then double click. And then the imported file will be located into this EPS level. Okay. Take note that we are talking on EPS location of the imported project. Okay, let's double click it and then click next. And then here you can add, remove, and let's say we will modify it. So every data type here, you can make an action onto this action column. You can see here, if you want to update the existing, right? Let's say, for example, for the activities data type, activity relationship, everything in here, you have to, work on it in detail. If you want to keep the existing for the calendars, then check it. Okay. Just comply with this accordingly, and it will be applied onto your imported project. Okay, but for now, since it is only a demonstration purposes, we will not be too much elaborating on this because this is self-explanatory. Okay. Update the existing, keep the existing, update the existing. You see? That's the only thing you need to, there are three, I think only three elements that you have to update here. See? Update existing, keep the existing. Anyway, only two, update and keeping. Okay, anyway, let's move it forward because if we will be doing this one by one, it will take us longer time. Okay, let's move. Okay, and then next. And then you are ready to import, says finish. I think there is a problem on my application, so mostly this always appears on my schedule. Okay. Anyway, it is already finished, so I think you are already aware of the process. So let's move forward. Let's just cancel it. As long as you already know how to do it, that is the most important there. So let's cancel it. And then now let's go to next is the what else? The reports archiving. Okay. So we will archive all our reports. So let's move forward. So here we go. So we will be collecting all our reports and keep it for future reference or for future use. Okay, as I explained to you, this is very important because whenever the time comes that your supervisor or somebody else will be asking you for a particular file or report file, so it will be convenience and easy for you to find for it and provide it to somebody else. Okay, so the first one is the program update summary. So this one, everybody can at a glance they can see the the summary of the report of every field of your project. Let's say, for example, when it comes to project schedule or time elements of your project. So these are the summaries here. It shows that all ahead of contractual completion and also for the project cost and also for the performance and estimated completion and also for the delays and the final results or summary results of your project when it comes to cost, performance, and also for the information on the delays and disruptions. Now, if you want to choose for the detailed, if you have some questions in here regarding the detail, then you can find it also on our report, on our detailed report. Like, for example, the schedule status report. So they can see the detailed here, whoever wanted it. Next is the, we have also the project total cost status report. Okay, and also we have the earned value and performance report if you want the detailed information. And also here, the performance and cost histogram. So they can see the projection, the detailed projection of the project. And okay, next is the, they can also see the S-curve or the profile of the performance and cost. Okay, mostly they call it as S-curve because it looks like an S. Okay, so next is the resource cost histogram. You can see it also here. We have the histogram for the resource cost, and we have also the histogram for the performance and cost activity or project cost. Next is the resource cost profile also. You can see it here also. Okay. Now we have also the project variances report. You can find it here. If they want the detail, they have. But if they want the summary, they have also. But actually, the summary, this summarized level of report, usually it is the higher management would like to look for it. Okay, and the next we have also the financial period performance. We can see how the performance on the a certain period works or okay, next is the current critical path. We can find it also here. We have none because we are ahead of schedule, of course. And here the current longest path. So we have here also the information, the detailed information, and also 1 month look ahead. Now we can have also here the list of the activities that is possible to be accomplished for a 1 month period. And also the window schedule analysis, we don't have the delay events yet or any disruption. So we can see nothing in here on this window. Next is this is the Primavera P6 file, which will be included in the submission of the project and for archiving also. Now, program progress update 001 reports are all archived. Okay. Okay, our next episode is part 4, session 24. Kindly subscribe, like, and share. But this one, since this is still part of the progress update, monitoring and controlling, which is a part 4 of our exercise, but it is the only difference here is that previously we are working on the progress update 001, but now we will be working on the progress update 002, meaning for the next period. So this is all about the activities, the actuals update of the activities, resource units, and expense cost. Okay, next. Okay, see you and thank you guys. End our session. God bless to you and goodbye.